Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a Blu-ray energy update. As you can tell, I'm not too excited. I'm not too excited. Okay. So, we just leave it at that. And let me get some cards. Let's go ahead and get started. As I'm getting the cards ready, just want to remind you guys, I'm doing some workshops coming up. If you'd like to see what type of workshops I have listed right now, you can go to k33academy.com/store. You'll be able to see everything that's available for you to join. And if you'd like to go ahead and book a private session with me, you can find that on emmyevolving.com. emmyevolving.com. So, yeah, I asked what this reading was going to be about. Actually, let's be honest here. I was totally like, no, I'm not going to. I'm tired. No, I don't want to. That's what happened. And then, Soul was like, yes, you will. And so, what I'm going to do is find a happy medium. And I better haul ass with this because I'm setting a timer. Timer. Y'all got me for, let's see. Oh. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Y'all got me for 35 minutes. Timer has started. Okay. 35 minutes, and that's that. Whatever comes out in 35 is what we got. That's what we got. Okay. So I ain't even going to mess around. I'm going to keep it 100. Let me take off my glasses because, let me eat some mother effing grapes because. Yo, I came in here to get I don't know what type of cheese this is, but it's damn good. It's goat cheese. It's damn good. All right, let me quit messing around. Get y'all your cards and keep it moving. Let me let the sound be on so y'all know I'm not joking. All right. Here goes. All right. So the call went out. Okay. The call went out. There are those who are of elevated purpose, elevated abilities, elevated frequency. Y'all are being put into active duty at this point. Okay. Active duty because there are things that are needing to happen. First, we need perfect acceptance of who we are, where we are, what we're doing right now. That perfect acceptance includes being able to see through that overgrown overreaching of power that's been occurring. I got to be careful of what I say. There's been an overgrowth and an overreach, and you guys have to be able to see with clarity the different things that are being allowed to come into fruition, ways in which control is being very much misused. overly spread across our personal lives. You know what I'm saying? So, compassion for others. Ubuntu. Don't allow your compassion for others to blind you to the reality of what is being done. Okay? I wish I could say more. Tomorrow, we're going to go all the effing way in the Soul Sanctuary private chat. There is a lot of stuff that I have to share with you for those who are part of that. A lot of stuff. It's going to just, it's going to blow your mind. Okay. So card number 28, sacrifice. What can you let go of? Now, look at that there. That's not looking like you're needing to let go of something. That is looking like you're needing to stop volunteering to be the whipping boy, whipping girl, the sacrificial lamb, scapegoat, and whatever other toxic stuff that you've been convinced to volunteer for. No, hard pass. Hard pass. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. What can you let go of? I mean, what has already been taken from you? What more can you withstand? Serious question here. What more can you withstand? What more? As those who are here, the frontliners, the ones who are in the front line, who are receiving the messages, receiving all of these different things that are necessary for us as a collective to know, to be aware of the messages, the downloads, all of that. I mean, what more are you needing to sacrifice? Because I would tell you, I'm really not willing to sacrifice much more at this point. I will do what needs to be done. Absolutely. I will do what I have agreed to do on a soul level. Absolutely. If you expect me to volunteer to get my ass beat one more time, I don't think so. This time, I'm not going to pretend that I can't fight back because, mofo, I'm fighting back. And I think maybe all of these different things that are occurring that are causing us to no longer be so tolerant of the toxicity that exists within societies. This is probably what needs to happen, because short of X, Y, and Z, we continue to tolerate the things we should be vocal about fighting against. I wish I could go down the list of the things we need to kind of come together and be like, we as a collective whole, we as a community, we as human beings, we are not for this. But I can't. I can't. You know why? They'll shut my channel down. Am I afraid of the channel being shut down? If we're going to be honest, I'm be like, I don't have to live stream no more. I don't have to live stream no more. But how will you guys know? How will you receive the messages that I'm being told to share? You won't. So then I can't celebrate that. Right? So there's a huge crackdown on, like a crack hoe. There's a huge crackdown on those who have the awareness, those who can see all of these different things and connect all the dots. I mean, if you're one of those people, be careful what you say and who you say it to. I'm not even joking. Be safe. Be safe. Be careful what you say and who you say it to. Because even your opinions, oh my gosh, we live in a very different world these days. We live in a very, very different world these days. And as much as I want us to all be on that mountaintop, screaming the truth, spreading awareness, the thing I want more than that is for you to be safe. There's a call that's come out. The warriors are answering. We're all being positioned in such a way where it's like, all right, allow yourself to really familiarize yourself with whatever, the mission plan is. I don't know what that is. You all have that information coming in from your own soul, you know? And it's this thing of receiving those messages independently of each other and realizing that whatever you choose will be correct. You are the lock, you are the key, and you're shifting within your space and perception is what unlocks the door. Look at that. Card number 35, 3 being a number of a solid foundation from which to initiate change, the number 5. When you combine the solid foundation from which to initiate that change, you get to the number 8, the point of convergence. Y'all, woo! Nas confundum. Nas confundum. I'ma buy me some mother effing maps. I'm getting to that point where we gotta have that combo. Ooh, you guys, the amount of information that's been filtering in for days now. Ooh. Life is about to change. The world is about to change. There is something, this factor that's trying to initiate vertigo, the lack of balance. It's an internal situation. It's something that can be very disconcerting. If you don't allow it to rob you of your sense of direction, then you're going to get a lot done. If you allow yourself to succumb to that, it's going to be a challenge, absolutely. But you don't have to allow yourself to succumb to that. That means you keep going. You keep getting up. You keep going. Okay? That's what that means. So, okay. Ooh, is it really that month? Ooh. All right. Let me just, I got to breathe that one out. Change. It's in reverse. So, for those who are answering the call from soul, you're going to have to push through because there is something, and for some of you, it's multiple somethings. There is something that is trying to prevent the type of change that is necessary for you to get to the space within yourself where you will absolutely unfold and blossom, where you can tap into your intuition, tap into your abilities, precognitive abilities, and all of that. Tap into your abundance, right? Tap into your intention, really cultivate that intention so you know what you are pouring your energy into. It doesn't want you to listen. This card is a listening card. It doesn't want you to listen to soul. It doesn't want you to hear what soul has to say. You have to create harmony within your thoughts. You have to create harmony within your thoughts by actually truly listening to what your higher self has to say and existing in the space of truth between the want and the need, the reality and the illusion. existing in that space. Okay, is really important. It's really important, guys. Okay, there's something that needs to be talked about, and it's something that's rooted in truth. Um, Saturn plays a big role. Oh my. The black box. It's the black box. It's the black box. All right. It's going to be fine. No freakouts. No freakouts. All right. Card number 50. Card number 50. No freakouts. You don't know if what you're picking up on is accurate, so do not freak out. It's a little pep talk. Card number 50, Saturn return age. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. So these are things that we have been cycling through generation after generation, reset attempt after reset attempt. This is not the first time there's been an attempted reset. It is not the first time. It's not the second. It's not the third. Saturn, as a lord of karma, shatters all illusions. Let me see. Getting ready to live your life. It's time to live it and be responsible for your own dreams. It marks a period where childish things must be put away. This is when you become aware of your own mortality. You may be keenly aware that you may not have enough time left to achieve your goals. Often there is a parting away, a paring away of what is not essential. But for those who have not acted wisely, this will be a difficult transition. So, this needing to act wisely, needing to conserve your energy and your resources for the things that are absolutely necessary, right? Do not waste your time and energy on things that are nonsensical. When this card is drawn, it will feel as if nothing goes right for you, and you may feel very discouraged. Just as it seems things are progressing, there are obstacles. What this truly is Saturn showing you a part of your life that may not have been based upon anything real. The entirety of our known world is about to shift. We are about to enter into a space that the generations before us have experienced before us. Unfortunately, most of those elders are gone. As most of those elders have disappeared, their sage wisdom, their ability to guide us through this period is gone with them. So now we need to do our due diligence and begin gathering the information that once upon a time our elders could have and would have gifted us if we would only sit the F down and listen instead of thinking that we know everything, that they are so outdated. I promise you, at some point in the next couple of years, you will find yourself sitting somewhere with a very real, very clear thought of, I get it. I get what the fuck she was talking about that one live stream. I wish my grandma and grandpa were here. Like they knew about all of this stuff. I wish they taught me. So you can either hear that as like a very doom and gloom, prophetic warning, or you can hear that, take responsibility for the time that you have, and be like, you know what? I'm going to start learning some shit starting now. Starting right now. I'm going to start learning things, right? So you may feel a sense of time running out. Nope, time is not running out. Get started now. Whatever you need to do, start it now. Start it now. So Saturn returns tend to bring on rough passages, but also a harvest. Let that sink in. You're now at a time where you understand things better than you did even a year ago. It's time to be brave and face this important passage. There are no quick fixes when this card turns up. Know what you can and cannot do. Take life in a measured way, much like this planet of time already does. Let go of your illusions, for they do not serve you. You're down to the brass tacks now. Time to see what you're made of. Okay? Time to see. Card number 6. All right, card number 6, Saturn, truth. As she has planted, so does she harvest. Such is a field of karma. The Saturn card says that it may feel bad now, but it's going to be resolved. So, the things that we're going to go through as individuals, as a country, as a nation, as continents, as a global population, um, it'll be resolved. It's probably going to be a little sticky. Nothing a little soap and scrubbing won't fix. Um, Saturn is a planet of Reaper, the Lord of Karma, and this rainbow planet represents what is tangible and solid in our lives. I'm going to give you some information that's it's going to be hard to hear. What this is about is for those who would protect the system that has enslaved us as a people. If you are to continue to protect that system, to continue to side with it, to continue to allow it to dominate your perception, you will suffer tremendously. I don't want that for you. But I cannot override what you choose as a sovereign. No, this is not conspiracy, nothing. This is reality. This is truth. This is real, raw, unedited, uncensored truth. So, what's the solution? Stop protecting the very thing that has been the source of your misery to begin with. Let things play out in the way it's going to play out. And as you're letting it play out, begin to choose the options, the choices that ensure your safety, that ensure that you will be okay as we all go through this transition. It's a transition. That's all it is. But the reason it will become difficult and there will be suffering for people who protect the system is because those who are in control, they don't want to lose that control. And the natural progression of this transition is the death of their reign of terror, really. Correct. It's a dismantling. It's a process of dismantling, not destruction. But see, if you're not allowing yourself to look at things objectively, if you're not allowing yourself to zoom out and see what the collective is experiencing, you'll absolutely feel, think, and truly wholeheartedly believe this is a period of destruction. It's not. It's a period of discovery and revelations. I don't mean the Bible. I mean where we are revealing to ourselves the truth of what we have allowed, the truth of what our forefathers have allowed, and us as well. If you allow yourself to be open to the way things will shift, it might be a little inconvenient. Things might be a bit tight, but it's just going to be, another stage, another phase. If you cling to the very things that have kept you enslaved, um, you got a luxury car that, super expensive every month. That's your status symbol. That's what gives you what value in other people's eyes. And we're going through this transitionary phase and you want to keep that, but you're not able to. Well, you're going to suffer through that. Your emotions are going to suffer because in your eyes, your identity and your value is being taken from you unfairly. It's not unfair. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. The quicker you come to terms with what is realistic and reasonable for you during times like this, the less you'll feel that negativity. What's up? Ooh, let me see. I put a 30-minute timer. Let's see. There's 12 minutes left. Hold on. Damn, I got a sandwich. I got a sandwich with aioli. Oh, he loved me. I want to eat. Okay. So let's see. So the energy of Saturn is zero mercy. Okay. Saturn is not exactly cruelty. It simply points out what is true and cuts away what is delusional or no longer useful. So this is what we're entering into. I'm not saying that like I'm celebrating the loss of your cherished material things, but they're just material things. We have to come to terms with that. Okay. We have to strip away all of the things that are unnecessary, unrealistic, the things that don't add to our sense of well being and safety. Saturn also deals with power and control. Um, okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. Okay. The next part. Watch for that possibility. Might not be negative. You're going to have to play by the rules. Okay. Any rallying against will not serve you well at this moment. Okay. Notice how I'm being very careful about which words I select, what type of message I communicate. Okay. So, circumstances may be harsh for a while, but believe your sacrifices to be worth it. It's a good time to be diligent and not rush anything. Whatever you are asking about is likely to take considerable time and not come about too quickly. Okay. And if you need to, you can definitely rewind the video. You can pause it to read. But, you know, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be an invitation from soul to rise to the challenge of being able to see the truth of your power, the beauty and harmony of unified diversity coming together as people. You know, people who might not even believe the same thing, have the same opinion, but we can more than just coexist. We can thrive together, right? Card number 39, air element, communicating. All action results from thought. So it is thought that matters. And thought is what's being greatly manipulated right now. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of propaganda stuff that, you know, we really need to steer clear of. There are, you know, those who are on social media that have awareness of certain types of things. If you cannot handle the type of content that they are sharing, because some of them are telling the truth, some of them are accurate. If you can't handle that type of thing and you get panicked and anxiety, you're gonna have to stop looking at that stuff, okay? Because that's not going to serve you. There's a difference between viewing content for the point of awareness. You know, you're like, just you need to be aware of certain things, and then there's a difference between that and watching this because now you're addicted to the fear. You're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Just calm down, turn off your fucking phone. Turn it off so you can just breathe, breathe, breathe. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay. So Think it over first. Put some mental effort into it before you put your talk into action. Be logical, sort it out. This card is about being objective and becoming mentally inspired. When we think of air, we think of clouds and sky and what connects us to the beyond. Air is all about lofty thinking, being broad minded and expansive. Let's see. When this card presents itself in a reading, it's time to put into words what you want, what you desire, and what you expect. The good news is some issues you've been working on at the current time and possibly from the past are now being resolved. You're able to face them without pretense, but most importantly, with honesty. You know, I can make that available, but I'm wondering if it's worth considering setting aside a time, having an event in February, because we have all of these different portals that are opening up in February. There's two of them, and those are very significant portals. So I'm wondering if maybe setting aside time in order to really harness the energies of these portals to fully dilate your abundance. Um, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Um, so wow. Wait. Some issues you've been working on at the current time and possibly from the past are now being resolved. You're able to face them without pretense, but most importantly, with honesty. So now it's time to really face the things that you haven't been wanting to face. Air is all about being quick on your toes, how curious you are, and how ingenious. It also gives us a power to apply our energies in diverse ways. And that's what you need to do: diversification. Not just diversification of your, financial portfolio. Like, yeah, that'd be nice, but it would be really good to diversify what you are investing your time and energy into. Don't just bank it all on one thing. For example, and this is totally conspiracy stuff, okay? I'm entering into the conspiracy realm for a moment. We're just dipping our toes. So some people, they think about apocalyptic times and they're like, oh, I'm gonna learn all about pew pews. I'm gonna like pew pew everything. And then you have the other people who are like, oh my God, I'm gonna buy all the canned food. So they're investing it all in one thing, right? They're thinking like, this is it. This is how I'm gonna do it. So here's the thing though. Um, the pew pew people won't have food. But maybe that's not an issue because then they could always, I don't know, I guess take from the food people because the food people, they don't have pew pews. So really, they're both screwed on their own. What needs to happen is that diversification where maybe if you're not into the pew pews, but you're into the food, you can make friends with a pew pew person who can then maybe be fed in exchange for protection with a pew pew. I'm saying, work together, diversify. If you really feel like you're going to be an island unto yourself, I promise you that's not going to be the way things turn out. We need each other. That's the reality of it. We need each other. We are a social species. Bad things happen to our bodies when we are isolated. Our brain function is affected. We are social creatures. We need each other. It's okay to be diverse. It's okay to see the top of the mountain from all the way around. Every single point at the bottom of the mountain can see the top, and every single view is valid. Sometimes it's someone else's view that you are not privy to that can give you the clarity on what is dangerous for you and what is very safe. We need each other. We need to see differently. We need to think differently, have different opinions. It's healthy, very healthy. And so, right now, what's happening with the corrections that are going on, um, we're being invited to come together. The warriors have answered. That answer, it's going to trigger multiple events that will be part of the deconstruction. And if you can mentally prepare for the witnessing of the deconstruction of a system that has never served humanity, it's never served us, then you can flow through this transition pretty easily. You can flow through it. For example, there's a lot of fear that people will be losing their jobs. That's a valid fear. But here's the thing, part of the way you can flow through that very valid concern is to set this intention of, what, if there's something better for me out there, if there is a better use of me, my energy, my life, then this job, I won't be working here. I'll find myself doing what it is I'm supposed to do. Rather than sitting there like, I don't know if I'm going to get fired. I don't know if I'm going to get fired. I don't know if I'm going to get fired. It's like, it's okay. It's a normal, natural fear. It's okay. But just know your life is bringing you to the place where you belong. And if you didn't belong in that company and you didn't have the courage to leave that company, that means the company has to push you out of the nest, not to punish you, not to see you suffer, but because it's time for you to acknowledge that you actually know how to fly. Life is going to change. The world is going to change. We're all going to be fine. We're all going to find a way. And for those of us who have so much fear, set the intention that, woo, it's time. Set the intention, okay? If you are afraid of how this is going to play out, do this for me. Set the intention right now that you will cross paths with a person who can help you find your power and your courage. And you will be safe. You will be fine. There's a lot of people in this world. A lot. We cross paths with people every day. Every day we cross paths with someone new. Set the intention for one of those people who you cross paths with to be someone who can inspire you to find your power, to find your courage, so that you can flow in the way that you need. That's the most powerful thing you can do for yourself. So do it. I got to get going, guys. I have a sandwich. I have grapes. I have cheese. I have crackers. I got chai tea latte. I got hella shit here. I need to eat. It's my first meal of the day. It's time to eat. I've been so fucking busy today. It's ridiculous. Workday is done. I love you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. We have podcast day tomorrow. If you haven't been present for a podcast yet, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm going to have Enyaya come up with me. She's my co-host for the Soul Sanctuary podcast. We talk about a lot of stuff. We're doing Dear Emmy tomorrow. So for those who have written into Dear Emmy, and Yaya's going to be picking questions. I don't get to say. She's going to be picking the questions and I'm going to be answering them. And hopefully, I'll give the people who ask the questions the clarity they're seeking and they'll feel empowered by that. And maybe it will empower you hearing someone else asking quite possibly the same question you wanted to ask. So, see you guys tomorrow. We have podcasts. And then after that, we have an after party over at the soulsanctuary.love. I swear, Lindsay's always on point. This is where we go for our private chats after the podcast is done, the public podcast. If you'd like to be a part of that, simply go to that website, soulsanctuary.love, and sign up there. The recurring contribution goes to supporting my church and nonprofit. We do a lot of different things for various communities, both online and real life. We are here in support of those who are ready to empower themselves even through struggle. It's a beautiful life. And y'all are a beautiful community. I'll see you guys again very soon. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live, and I'll see you for the podcast tomorrow. Bye, everyone.